Kareem and his bright idea. I said, you might as well stay quiet if that's the case. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chessica for Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 5, Episode 17. Okay, so look here. Y'all know in the previous episode, we've seen Kareem be quiet, and Antonio was doing all the talking, and Kareem kept telling him, be quiet. I said, you should have been quiet. That bright idea, come on now. But okay, on this episode, it's a continuation of Bobby and Simone sleeping together or whatever. Look, he was like, we shouldn't do this. And she said, that's my line. But she want more of Bobby, baby. She said she want more of Bobby, baby. Look, did y'all see Max on this episode? They showed him in the trailer, but I did not see him. Hunter seems to think that Donna was in on it. Unless they revealed that. I don't recall them revealing that he was in on it. I think he was asking her. Didn't he place Cal there? Or wasn't he saying something about he don't trust her? He was watching him, right? I said he didn't have nothing to do with it. But yeah, Hunter still think Donna was in on it. He tried to tell him he didn't know anything about it. But Hunter wasn't trying to hear none of that. I said, look, Jason 2.0. Jason 2.0. And Sam got the bright idea. We're going to get to that part, though. But he got the bright idea to give this boy an interview or have an interview set up. I said, I don't know about that. I don't know. Hunter ends up firing Donald. I said, if he fired, why would you put him back in his office? I guess because they wanted to watch him and see what he do if he went down to the bunker. He ends up going to the bunker anyway. But Hunter ends up telling Donald that Victoria under arrest, that next he gonna get Eli, and then he gonna get him too. I said, now why? At first you was trying to make it seem like Victoria and Donald was having an affair. I mean, she do get around, so, you know. I said, I thought he would have been picked up on it by now. Donald kept trying to tell him, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I could do this, I could do that. He ain't trying to hear none of that. He still don't believe him. And then Hunter started telling what he planned on doing. I mean, he had already said that they was under arrest and he's planning on getting him too. But still, why people feel the need to tell you their plan? Hunter tells Donald that when I get my stream back, I'm gonna have Eli and you locked up. Why would you tell? Come on now. But I was looking at Hunter laying in that bed. I said, you been laying in that bed the whole season. Look, no, at first he was laying on the floor. But we on episode 17. This man's still in the bed. I know they said something about his kidneys and everything. I said, it's time for him to get up. So Donald tried to save his behind, even though he really didn't do nothing except try to take out their son. But he suggests going to Victoria, talking about he gonna wear a wire. I said, and he gonna get a confession. I said, out of who? Out of who? She'll be tight to pick up on it. I said, how he know that Victoria would act right? She probably will intentionally say he did it or he was behind it. Hunter asked Agent Isaac to remove Donald. Donald told my son, if you touch me, you die. And then he said, he not going to touch you. Then next you know, he pulled out that taser. And then I said, Lily should have been there to see Donald get tased. And then when Victoria got tased, Priscilla should have seen it. I said, he tased the mess. He tased the mess out of Donald. Then they was sitting there talking. I was like, is he unconscious? But they revealed that he's unconscious. He's going to come to after the fact. But I was trying to remember, like, how long did they show Victoria laying down there? I don't know. I thought when you get tased, you still conscious. I don't know. Because they got to talking about, you know, following him and watching him and putting him back in his office. And I said, he going to hear you. But Hunter got the idea that he want to see what Donald does. He want to see if he goes to the bunker. He want to see, I think, did he say video footage or something down there and audio? Richard ended up asking Priscilla, look, Richard don't want Priscilla. I said, you better watch your back. Then she went down there talking noise to Victoria. And I said, you know she getting out of there. Talking about she going to be there a long time. Really? But Richard was asking Priscilla what Hunter wanted. So she tells him his plan and all this other stuff about Victoria. And she reveals that she doesn't trust Hunter because he's asking. I was like, I don't think it's the same thing. She's like, no, she don't trust him either. What you mean? I guess she just trying to get all she could get out of him. But how she know he ain't doing the same thing? None of them people can be trusted. Y'all know I always said it. So Sam ends up coming in and Priscilla decides to turn to him, talking about some Hunter. She gonna sleep with Hunter and everything because he wants her. I said, you a fool if you do. That's another storyline I feel like they should have been moved past. The whole Priscilla taunting him because he cheated and all this other stuff. Come on now. But Sam goes to tell Richard. First of all, I told y'all, they would just be talking I just did a video and told y'all they just be talking at the inside of the kitchen and all this other stuff like these folks. They supposed to have cameras and stuff. If you have cameras in Jason's bedroom, why you ain't, and I just had picked up on it. If you could see what he did to Jean and all this other stuff, then why don't you have cameras in the kitchen? You would have been caught some stuff. And then Hunter just asked about the bunker. Can he see down there and get audio or something like that? I said, if y'all in the White House and you know people might try to take you out and all this stuff, you supposed to have cameras and eyes and ears everywhere. But yeah, Sam ends up telling Richard that he has Jason. He gonna have him set up an interview. So Richard tells him not to do that. And I said, right. He doesn't know what Jason gonna get up there and say. He could say they all in it together. He could switch it up to say that Sam was the one responsible for all that. Now the synopsis did say, what did it say? It said something about he tells something about his parents. He tells what happened. He opens up about what happened with his parents. I got it now, y'all. It said Jason breaks his silence pertaining to his parents. So maybe he will tell what happened. I said, okay, you snitch on them. What you think they're gonna do to you? Wait, didn't they already tell? I think they already said they was trying to blame him for everything. That's how this started. Oh yeah, I was like, how you know that they ain't gonna say? And then they got proof. They got proof. So what you gonna do? I'm ready to see Eli. I'm ready to see him find out that his side piece is locked up. I'm ready to see him find out. Look, I lost my page. Let me go back to it. I'm ready to see him find out about Simone and Bobby baby. And I was thinking about that. I was like, what if he really was? What if he figured the way to take these people down was to get closer to Victoria, and then he ends up revealing that to Simone. She already done slept with Bobby baby. Although it ain't right, cause y'all know they be doing that on these shows. They be going undercover and they be doing all this extra stuff, but we'll see how it all plays out. Hunter ends up asking Priscilla again if she'll help. And spoilers, the synopsis says that she helps, that she proves her loyalty by finding out she catches Cal doing something. Cal gonna be doing something and she catches him. But yeah, Hunter asks Priscilla if she'll help him. He want her to go see for herself that Victoria down there or whatever. Then Simone, does she want Bobby baby to go see the FBI agents? She was telling him how she got some people she trusts. She want him to meet them. That's the scene. That's the scene where they showed her in their red dress. They showed Bobby. It was in the season 5 trailer. That's what. Look, why I thought they said something about they was having some type of little event for Eli because he got sworn in. I guess not. Cal low down self done popped up in Alan's place. I said, yeah, I want to see. Another thing I want to see is if they onto Alan or not. But yeah, Cal was in Alan's place trying to get Dale to come back. Then he gonna reveal that Dale got a pimp, or he had a pimp, and the pimp is looking for him. And if he don't come with him, he's gonna tell where he is. I said, well, he definitely ain't gonna trust you now, fool. But at the same time, Dale look like he'll go at any moment. Didn't they just sleep together? Look, all right, Donald, look, you can tell Donald don't, he hasn't caught on yet. He doesn't know anything yet. Or if he does, he hasn't done anything. When he got tased, I didn't write this part down, but he ends up telling Alan that he want to see Cal. That he call Cal now and all this other stuff. Is that how Priscilla gonna catch him? Then Cal gonna have the audacity to say, I ain't like that dude or whatever. But you threatening to tell dude what the hell he is. But Donna over here acting like he having a heart attack and stuff. He was trying to get Alan to get him something strong to help him with his pain. Then he brought up the doctor and he was instructed not to let him see anybody. Then here come Kareem. I said, you did better by sitting there being quiet. So he started talking to Victoria. He started talking too much. Brought up Gail. He also brought up Hickey. I know what you did to. I said, shut up. I said, regardless, if you get out or you don't get out, they still gonna come after you. I said, shut up. I guess that's why he came up with the whole idea of how they ain't gonna get out of there, so they gotta do what they gotta do. But Victoria and Priscilla going back and forth. They started going back and forth. Because, Hunter had the idea for the agents to take her down there so she could see for herself, because he was like, you don't trust me? You don't think she's really down there? So she came in there taunting Victoria, and they started going back and forth or whatever. And she started talking about some Hunter, her lover. And she's like, what are you talking about? I said, dude, she don't care. I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. And the reason I say that is because y'all know sometimes people don't want people, but they treat them like property. Like, oh, because it's mine. Donald and Lily, the perfect example. Because we all know how Donald get down. We know what he wants, but he don't want nobody. I think it's about his image as well. Who knows? But yeah, she over here talking about some Hunter. I said, you better not. I said, you better not sleep with him. It's a trap. It's definitely a trap. Well, then they cut to Nancy. I said, Nancy. At first, I was like, that's a recording. It kind of sounds, because you know how you can record. Nowadays, you can, back in the day, too, you could record a voicemail or whatever. If somebody answered, and you could just play it off. And because it was so many pauses in it, I was like, is that a recording? Because I could have sworn the man didn't even have his phone. But yeah, I thought he was like, I'm hurt, bring money and all this other stuff. And he kept pausing, but then he started saying how, Mom, just bring the money and bring everything you have. And that still could have been a recording. They could have just had him recorded like that. But again, the guy that was playing Barry, they said the game got canceled, and that's the show he was working on at the time. So I don't know if he coming back or not, though. Because even Nancy was like, this don't sound like you, but she gonna go. She gonna go. And when they showed her going in there on the trailer, I was like, that's where they was at. That's the room. But they was showing red lights. We'll see if they showed it or not. So then they went back to Kareem, foolish tail. He has the idea to grab Victoria so they'll open the door. So what you gonna do when they open the door? So they come out with all these agents. And what you think they're gonna do? What? I said, you should just sit there and be quiet like you was doing it first. I told y'all dumb and dumb. Then Tony gonna go along with it. Now that fool sitting up there looking at her on the floor. Somebody they'll open the door. Well, then again, this might be a good plan because of the fact, because Donna comes in. But I was about to say it could be a good plan because the agents don't do their job anyway. Look how much stuff done went down. The agents ain't been nowhere. They done showed up after the fact. But yeah, so Kareem gonna tell Victoria he trying to get her closer so they could grab her or whatever. What was she gonna do anyway? I mean, you could put your hand through there and try to squeeze her or whatever, but come on now. So he was like, we can help you get out of here and all that. So she started looking. And then he grabs her, and then tells Antonio grab her legs or whatever. And I said, look at these fools. So she's trying to get away and she ends up falling and hitting her head on the toilet. And they just sitting there looking at her on next week's episode. And they tell my son, is she dead? Is she don't look like she breathing? And Donna come in and tell my son, what happened? What happened? And I said, is this how she gonna get out? By seeing a doctor, going to see a doctor, or is they gonna come in and check her out, or is she just gonna wake up? Like, what's gonna happen? Maybe she gonna play it out so she can get out of there. If that's the case, they really did help her. I said, y'all just, what? But yeah, she fell and hit her head, but that's it, y'all. This probably ain't gonna be up to 12 or 1 in the morning, y'all. Sorry. But that's it. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a great night and be safe.